Top 7 Final Expense Insurance closes doubles your final expense production in the next 90 days. Thank you for checking out this video. I'm Russ Jones. Hit the subscription button for marketing tips. Here's 7 final expense insurance closes you can use in your presentation when I sell to niche widows 65 to 80. Stay to the end of the video, and I have 2 additional videos on how I averaged $500 a day using postcards and how one agent sells 8 to 10 policies a week over the phone with live transfers. Final expense insurance, number 1. In order to get this program started, I need to complete this memorial guide. Where was your dad born? If you get an answer, write it on the guide. If you get an objection, answer it and ask another question on the guide. 2. If you were killed in a car accident, who would be responsible to plan your funeral? Write down on the memorial guide the person. 3. If you passed away tomorrow, how would your family pay the $8,000 for your funeral expenses? Nobody has a lease on life. We're not going to get out of this world alive. And 4. Do you want to leave a living legacy or a living nightmare for your family when it comes to planning and paying for your funeral service? If the prospect tells you the $40 per month is too expensive, you can quote a smaller amount to cover part of the funeral insurance, or you can say the following. According to the federal government, the average weekly food budget for 2 people in a household, the weekly expense moves by $25,000 to $50 per week. Don't you think you can save $10 a week for your funeral service? And every time you make a payment through your checking account, you're just saying how much you love your spouse. You do love your spouse, don't you agree? 5. If the husband tells you they have $20,000 in life insurance to pay for their final expense or burial, you ask the following. Mr. Jones, if you died of a heart attack and your widow was down at the funeral home with your daughter planning your funeral, and the funeral director with his $1,000 Amanda suit and setting behind a $2,000 oak-carved desk, asks your widow, how do you plan on paying for Mr. Jones' funeral? And you tell him he had $20,000 in group life insurance. How much do you think that funeral service is going to cost? No, it won't cost $20,000, but it will be a lot. Plus, it's hard to believe when you pass away, your spouse has to go on living. You can also leave behind a huge debt that your spouse will have that additional burden around their neck. You wouldn't want that, would you? 6. Not everyone approved of this funeral plan. We have to get you approved. It takes 2 to 3 weeks, and when I bring back your funeral plan, we can go over it together. Fair enough. 7. I want to think about it. When you hear this statement, it is a no. They have already thought about it. It's 100% a no. So you say, I understand how you feel. That's why once we get you approved and I bring back the policy, you have 30 days to review it. And for any reason, like you thought you weren't going to die, we would refund your first payment. Or a rich uncle showed up driving a fancy Cadillac, smoking a big cigar, and told you he was going to pay for your funeral services, you wouldn't need the plan. That's fair enough, isn't it? So which funeral home do you want me to put this memorial guide on file? I hope this helps you with your sales. My best month selling final expenses was 55 applications, and in a 10-year period, sold over 2,500 policies and made $1.2 million in renewals. My daughter mailed out 325 pink postcards to widows in one small zip code where I had sold a lot of final expense insurance. To learn more about my $500 a day postcard system and how one agent averages 8 to 10 policies a week over the phone, go to my website at www.finalexpensemillionairekit.com. Again, that's www.finalexpensemillionairekit.com. Hit the subscribe button for more tips.